In this video, we will learn to write custom resource types. We will first understand the concept of resource types, which are written using the Puppet language in Puppet manifest files. We will use the define method to create custom resource types. We will then create a custom resource type for a Puppet module and use the type in a manifest and apply it to Puppet agent nodes. In the first video of this section, we had created a module called apps and we had created a class called config. We had called the apps config class from another manifest file to deploy an application called marketing. If we now want to deploy another application to the same node, we should be able to call the same class with a different app name such as sales, and the class should be able to deploy the sales application to the node. Let's try this out. We will first modify the config manifest and remove some of the definitions. We will remove the class definition for Apache and we will also remove the file definition for the apps directory. We will also make another change to this file. We will change the name of the file definition from app-config to $appname so that the definition is unique. We will now create a new manifest file called internal.pp and we will add some Puppet configs. We have moved the class definition for the Apache module and the file definition for the apps directory from the config manifest to this manifest. We have then stored the name of the application, that is marketing and sales, in an array, and we have then iterated on that array to call the apps config class. Finally, we will go to the files directory and we will copy the marketing directory to a new directory called sales, and in the HTML file we'll change the marketing to sales. We will now modify the main manifest file, that is site.pp. We'll remove the console module and we will modify the marketing manifest to internal. On our web node, we will now run the Puppet agent command. After the Puppet run, we can see that Puppet complains about a duplicate declaration of the apps config class in the internal manifest file. This is because an instance of a class can only be called once during a Puppet run. This is where custom resource types come into play. Custom resource types are defined in Puppet manifest files, but instead of the class method, they are defined by the define method. The custom resource types can be called multiple times during a Puppet run. We will now create a new manifest file to define our custom resource type. To do this, we will create a new manifest called deploy.pp and we will add the respective Puppet code. As we can see, we have created this definition with define instead of class. This is what makes this a resource type. When we will call the resource type from other modules, we will mention an identification name. This name will be sent to the resource type as the title parameter. Here we have stored the value of title in the app name variable and then deployed the application using the file resource. We will now edit the internal manifest and remove the code where we were calling the config class and add code to call the deploy resource type. We will remove the existing definitions and we will now call the apps deploy type and we will mention the app name as the title. We will again run the Puppet agent command on the web node. This time we can see that the Puppet run was successful and the sales application was deployed successfully. We can verify this by checking the apps directory, and there we can see both applications exist. We can now add any number of applications and call the resource type multiple times to deploy them. In the next video, we will learn about writing custom Puppet types.